The importance of music in the development of a child's learning process are enormous. This is why the need for experienced and qualified music instructor in schools cannot be overemphasized. Mr. Adeboye Bakare is the lead instructor with Boye Music Creation, a multi-talented instrumentalist whose love for music and children endeared him towards the teaching of music.
I'm Adeboye Bakare, CEO and consultant, Boye Music Creation. A lover of music from birth. I started music while I was in primary school in this Sunday school choir. So everything started in an Anglican church, from Sunday school choir to the boys brigade. Then we sing in the choir, in the boys brigade, we play the drums, later to the trumpet. So I fell in love with music. From then, graduated, went to the music school. I went to Museum Music Society of Nigeria. I had my diploma there. Then later to Lagos State Polytechnic. I had ND in BSADMI and BSc Economics in the University of Lagos.
My name is Nwakego B. Nwokoye, proprietress of Collier Montessori School.
My name is Falakemi Ojo. I'm the secretary of Grace Cross Academy and located at number 37 B. Ramat Crescent, GRA Lagos.
I am Chuks Oko Emmanuel, the chairman of Watersport Children's School.
I'm Mrs. Becky Aklede. I'm the head of school, Harris Elion Nursery and Primary.
The impact of music instruction at Boye Music Creation is one that has enormous impact in the lives of the kids and their parents.
You know, kids can be funny. Before you can get the best out of them, you just have to be their friend. So over time, I've gone to the class. Each time they're having classes for their music, and I found out that Mr. Adeboye relate with them and see they are friends.
I love children. I love it playing with children. Children are my friends. I choose them to be my best friend. I love being around them, playing with them.
My name is Dabelu. I am 4 years old. My last teacher is Mr. Boye. He can teach me stuff about piano lesson. I can do it by myself, but Mr. Boye taught me.
Mr. Boye was one of the people who discovered my piano talent. He was one of the people who made me interested in music. Now because of him, I really enjoy music. Music makes me not feel tense. It relaxes me and releases the stress in me. He teaches me and it helps me improve on my piano skills. Now I'm able to read notes without putting any letters on it.
He taught me how to play the violin, the piano, clarinet, and even the saxophone.
I taught me the piano. Then I moved to guitar and somebody was teaching guitar. And I now learned to record and now I'm not.
Well, Mr. Boye has been my piano teacher since I was like maybe 2. And then he's been the only person that's taught me, and now I can play saxophone, piano, and other instruments too.
I prefer teaching children because I love it when you catch them young, when you teach children from the beginning and they grow with it. It's like it becomes something like inbuilt in them.
Nearly everyone enjoys music, whether by listening to it, singing, or playing an instrument. But despite this almost universal interest, many schools are yet to tap into one of the most enjoyable subjects that will enrich the students' lives and education. And for those who have inducted this into their curriculum, has a lot to say.
I met Mr. Boye through the music director in Grace Children's School then. He highly recommended Boye when I was looking for a music tutor for my daughter who was 2 years old then. He started with my first daughter when she was 2 years old, then went on to teach my second daughter when she also turned 2. It's been wonderful, and if it hadn't been wonderful, I wouldn't have chosen him to be the tutor in my school. He's patient with children, he knows how to get them to concentrate, he knows how to get them to understand the things taught to them. And again, if any correction you give him, he takes it and he inculcates it into the curriculum, and it's been okay and wonderful truly.
It has been a great pleasure working with Mr. Boye for almost 2 years now, and we have seen a remarkable improvement in the academics of the children, because music plays a very vital role in the development of a child's brain. So with Mr. Boye coming in, we have noticed very predominant improvement in the academics of the children. And in our last end of section party, the children performed and it was awesome.
I've known Mr. Boye Bakare for close to 6 years. He's been a music instructor all these years. And he's a very, very good instructor. Very patient, very detailed, creative, and he's results driven.
I've known Mr. Boye for a very long time. I've known him for like 10 years now, and knowing him, he's a very hardworking young man, and I've watched him move from level to level, and I've watched the children that he teaches come out outstandingly. He's a very patient person, and he has been consistent. He's someone that has lots of patience for children, and knowing him has been very, very great.
Compared to previous performances in our party, the graduation party was exceptional. Their performance was just out of this world, and in fact, if you see the way the parents were, wow, they were so happy, they were spraying them like, wow, this is awesome. They really did well. They performed so well, and we are proud of Mr. Adeboye for his well done job.
We have had 2 outstanding testimonies from some of the children since they began to play this instrument in school. One of them is now an instrumentalist in their church, and there was a Sunday they told us the instrumentalist did not come, the keyboardist, and this small child went to the keyboard and played for them that Sunday morning. I think that's 2 very remarkable testimonies that we have received so far working with Mr. Boye.
Yeah, the impact is enormous, but let me speak this time from a parent perspective. He took my children when they were in primary school, still in elementary classes with us. Right now they're in secondary school, and with the detailed instructions he gave them, they can play any instrument. At 12, they can handle any instrument, and that makes me proud as a mother. Anywhere I take them to, people keep asking, where did they learn? I said, come to Elion Caris and you will meet Mr. Boye.
One thing that stands out for Boye Music Creation is the blend of friendly and patient approach, which helps to improve the skill and performance of the kids. No doubt, this is an edge for Boye Music Creation.
Wow! Though it's been fun, but there are so many challenges there. Like, somebody saw your work, be like, wow, excellent, you did this, you did that. Come to my school and do that. And we definitely know children are different. The way this one will learn fast will be different from the way this will learn fast. And some proprietaries will actually want you to do some work within 6 weeks. Maybe they saw you at midterm they want you to present, and you have to all struggle and do everything, but well, to the glory of God, we've never failed. But it has always been challenges, sleepless nights. You pray sometimes over it. You need to come down to the level of the child, play with the child, make the child your friend. So even when the child is at home, he thinks of you, he remembers what you taught him, and you start singing it, using his finger to do it, even without the instrument. You'll be so surprised when the child comes back to school, you do it excellently. But it has been so challenging.
Music in itself is an art that helps in the development process of a child. Studies have shown that music has been found to stimulate parts of the brain and enhance classroom learning.
A child that can calculate well, have a very good speed on the violin, perform on the saxophone, play the piano, the keyboard, talk of every other instrument, should be able to perform excellently in his or her academics. Because music is more of like mathematics. You calculate well in it. And Boye music does not just based on the contemporary and classical parts of Western musical instruments. When we talk of Western musical instruments, we're talking of the saxophone, the trumpet, the violin, all those ones. We are moving to the traditional instrument now, whereby we use gong, the bata, the goje, kakaki, all those ones, we bring them together to still perform like an orchestra. So Boye music is not just training for performance sake, let me get my money. Because we have a series of music instructors whereby they do it, this is how you play, this is how you play. They'll just try the numbers on the notes for children, they play it, and they can't defend what they actually played. There are issues like that. A child might play something he or she cannot defend. You as a parent or school head, you will not know. It is we that will know. But we train them to be able to do it and even be able to defend it. You should be able to defend whatever you do.
I would boldly recommend Mr. Boye Bakari to any school that wants to grow, that wants to be dynamic in the approach to learning. In Elion Carriage, we implement the Montessori curriculum in the foundational classes, that's the nursery and the pre-nursery classes. And one of the two to actually refine the child's mind is music. It stabilizes an individual. And over the years, since the inception of Elion Carriage, Mr. Boye has played that role for us. And we started with a very few numbers. I'm sure when we started we had about 18 children, but right now we have more than 250 children. He has been one of our teachers all through these years. So any school that wants to grow, any school that wants to make a very, very positive impact as a community school and as an international school, Mr. Boye is the best choice.
Boye music does not just teach for performance sake. We don't just teach like, okay, go and present tomorrow. We actually put that in the children's mind. Like even after the graduation, after they're out of that school, they can still do something independently. We build it in them, not just for presentation's sake.
He's really highly recommended. And honestly, I won't come here and say the name of my school and now recommend someone if I don't think the person is highly recommended. And it's not even a trial will convince you. I know, see him and how patient he is and how calm and cool he is. He's highly and truly recommended.
If I'm to recommend Mr. Boye, I would say a trial will convince you. Because when I was first introduced to him, I said, oh, we don't need that for now. I was okay, let's give it a try. And from giving it a try, we are thinking of taking it to another dimension. So I would just tell somebody, a trial will convince you.
I do recommend him for parents that want private lessons for their children, because I am so sure of him. Okay, I tell them what he does and what he can do. Of course, everything he wants, everything parents want for their children, for the babies, especially the younger ones, I'm very, very sure he can offer
he's not one of those strict music teachers that everything must be perfect. He's patient with you. If you need more help in something, you get private lessons with him, and then he helps you improve in them.
Boye Music Creation has a track record of delivering top-notch and quality music instructions to pupils. They are reliable, tested, and trusted in developing the dynamism of the art beyond the classroom.
Boye Music does not just bring to school anybody or just employ anybody, because we are role model to so many children. We are mentor to them. They love us because music, there's no way you teach music, you definitely be their friend. So a child will love to be your friend as a music teacher more than being a friend of a mathematics teacher. It's something we all know. So we don't just employ any other, we employ competent instructors that have undergone a lot of training and certified instructors. Most of our instructors have gone to music school. The list of the present instructor is a grade 5 holder in Mozon. That's the Music Society of Nigeria, the well-recognized one all over the world.